yo, I'm still like, what the heck just happened to our boys Naruto and Sasuke? Like, I was so geeked and hyped, like, yo, we about to get a fight, they about to go in against Jigen, and then at the end of it, I'm like, they got their ass whipped against Jigen! Like, Boruto chapter 38, baby. All Naruto fans, like, matter of fact, let's jump into it.
Whether Facebook, Twitter, or the two, make sure to steer clear, cause I'm coming through like...
All Naruto fans, I'm urging you, if you're watching this video and you're like, man, I wouldn't mind checking out the Naruto story, but I'm not a fan of Boruto, or I'm not, you know what I'm saying, really messing with that series, I highly urge you, check it out. Check it out, because chapters like 38, baby, it just shows that the spirit of the Naruto manga resides within Boruto the manga. The anime, different story. We're not gonna talk about the Boruto anime. The manga from, I want to say it was chapter 24 beyond, this arc that we've been in right now has just been non-stop, but especially chapter 38, Sasuke, Naruto in a major fight where it's actually like, yo, it's a credible defeat that they took at the hands of this monstrosity of a thing that I don't even know what to call right now, but we'll refer to him as Jigen for the time being. So the chapter opens up, of course, we're mid-deep into the fight, Naruto and Sasuke versus Jigen, and Sasuke starts dropping gems to Naruto regarding some of the discoveries that he obtained when he was seeking out information regarding Jigen and his hideout and whatnot. He's like, yo, so not only did I see a bunch of imagery, these like 3D images of Momoshiki, Kinshiki, all of the Otsutsuki, and then this other Otsutsuki, but also he has a little juvenile Jubi down there as well. So immediately, which is crazy, like, honestly, Naruto's been behind the desk for so long, it's ridiculous, because he's there like puzzled, like, what are you saying here right now? And then of course throughout the fight, well, Naruto was giving it his all. It's just at the end of the day, they met their match. But it was definitely interesting to see Naruto was just baffled by everything. Like, that's the results of Sasuke, which I'm not shitting on Naruto by any means, because this chapter was glorious, to say the least. But Naruto stood behind a desk all these years. Sasuke traveled the world and went on crazy mission after crazy mission. And you can see, like, Jigen throughout this fight, well, you know what? I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just continue from where we're at. So Jigen starts shitting all over what Sasuke is doing. He's like, Susanoo? Like, yeah, that's it. That's the speed. And, yo, he knocks Sasuke out of the Susanoo. So there is something incredible about Jigen's ability, because, like, okay, we already know that we learned a little bit about his techniques in the last one, but the fact that he was able to penetrate the Susanoo with ease, it kind of reminds me of like a Obito situation, how Obito was going in and out of dimensions. That's how he was able to go through walls and all sorts of stuff. It gave me that vibe, the fact that he was able to, with ease, knock Sasuke out of the Susanoo. Like, Susanoo's supposed to be a big, giant chakra armor, like, that's supposed to protect dude, and instead he just went straight through it, which again, it just shows like we have a monster on our hands with this Jigen, dude. Like, I've been for the longest just thinking like, yo, Naruto and Sasuke have gotten so OP. Where and how credible, how are you gonna find anybody that's gonna be able to get to their level? Like, what's going on here? And I think the pieces are starting to come together. A lot of things, like, one of the things that a lot of people, personally anyway, at the very least, I know I was thinking was, well, where was Jigen when the Hokage situation went down? And the chapter also started getting into that, but again, I keep getting ahead of myself. Because I mean the combat in this one, the choreography, because people always are saying like, yo, Naruto has become like Dragon Ball Z, especially towards the end. It's all about just whose blast is bigger. But this chapter was the exact polar opposite. I mean, it was like they using strategy, Naruto and Sasuke, Naruto charging in with the Rasengan, and then Sasuke using his Rinnegan to change it up. But it's crazy that I feel like, honestly, the feeling I get, and I said this in my last review, but I gotta repeat myself, where I think this gives me Pain Invasion vibes all the way with the rods, how Sasuke gets stabbed by the rods, Naruto, like, they just keep on getting stabbed by these rods, they're no match against him. That straight up gave me the same vibe of when Naruto went up against Pain. Like, it feels hopeless almost, and it's crazy because these two were practically gods at the end of the original Naruto manga, but here we are. And when they try to do their little combo technique again, it's like Jigen is I don't want to say broken, but even when they try to hit him, it reminds me of like Attack on Titan when the Armored Titan uses the hardening on his neck. Like he puts some of that black stuff that he has all over his body, and then he uses it to block him from being beheaded. So like, again, not broken, but his techniques is ridiculous. Going through the Susanoo, being able to block getting beheaded by a sword. So many different aspects. And on top of that, remind you, he's fighting two gods. Basically, they're trying to jump him. And he's still not only holding his own, but he's owning them. Like, this is crazy. And I mean, going back to, you know, about the hand-to-hand, like, yo, he's beating the dog crap out of them. He's kneeing Naruto into the gut. I mean, it's just ruthless. But then it gets even worse. I mean, going down the list of the chapters, the things that happen, I'm mind blown just looking at my notes. Like, Sasuke uses Amaterasu, trying to burn dude. Like, yo, if you can't beat him, don't join him. Not even gonna jump him. We're just gonna try to light dude on fire. And he just starts absorbing it. Like, what do? Yo, Rinnegan ain't working. Susanoo ain't working. Rasengans ain't working. Strategy ain't working. But shortly after absorbing the Amaterasu, Jigen, just like them, you know, they're at their limit, they're getting owned or whatever. Jigen is also seeing his limit, because he even says, yo, I'm at my limit, and that his body can't keep pace with the power. So definitely, as the chapter keeps progressing, it's clear as day. Like, for me anyway, it feels clear as day. Whoever Jigen is, and we got to start distinguishing, because there seemingly is two people inside of Jigen's body. Whoever Jigen is, he was the initial host of this body. He was basically like the Sasuke if Orochimaru would have taken Sasuke's body type of deal. Or, you know, the Kawaki to Jigen trying to take that body. There's two people already in there. Jigen seemingly started off as a whole different person. And that's one of the things that blew my mind. Because he starts like, it seemingly looks like he's talking to himself, but there's clearly somebody else talking to him. And he's just like dogging him. But again, let's continue. Because he says, I really do need Kawaki. This vessel is done for. So it seems like whoever is inside of this body that, you know, the host known as Jigen, he's already been jumping bodies. Because he's like, yo, it looks like this one's done for. Which, I don't know. I don't want to say it because I know a lot of people are going to say, no way, it's impossible. But it's giving me a little bit of those Orochimaru vibes. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. That would be crazy because we never got the finishing off of Orochimaru, finding out everything about him. He still to this day is a mystery, and I'm not saying exactly that Jigen is Orochimaru, but there's so much more to everything in this chapter. And don't get me wrong, there was some revelations on the other personality in the Jigen body, but who knows exactly what this could mean. Just imagine, and we'll continue talking about the chapter, but just imagine Orochimaru this entire time was an Otsutsuki. Crazy. And Jigen going along with the fact that he is pretty much at his limits. There's a crack on his stomach, which that seems to be his stomach. That black thing that's on his stomach seems to be the source of a lot of his powers and his abilities that he's using in this battle. So the fact that it's cracked, if Naruto and Sasuke would have got like, throw them some sensu beans, I think they could have taken Jigen right then and there, because now he's weakened, which it shows that he's not unstoppable. At the very least, while whoever is in this body known as Jigen, he's not the ultimate being that just can't be beaten. Like Madara didn't have those shinks in his armor. Madara, they had to take him out with plot, let's be clear, you know what I'm saying? He turned into like a woman, and that was the end of him. But there's limits to this guy, clearly. And going along with what I was talking about earlier about Naruto basically being the weakest link, he's like, Naruto, I don't really need to worry about you. And don't get me wrong, there's some reasoning behind it, but because he basically said, I'm gonna leave you guys trapped in this coffin. And then he's like, well, Naruto, I'll leave you here to die. Sasuke, I gotta kill you right now. You could teleport up out of here. But it also, again, it plays into the fact that between Naruto and Sasuke, Sasuke has surpassed them. Like, he knows, I gotta get rid of this one, bro. And yeah, again, you could throw in the fact that, well, Naruto can't teleport out of there. Sasuke can. So Sasuke could become a problem later on. Naruto, he's trapped there. He got him stabbed through with all those rods. Naruto can't go nowhere. It will be a wrap for him anyway. But it just shows, again, like, he's not worried about killing Naruto immediately. He's worried about killing Sasuke. Although he also throws in as well the fact that, like, it'll take too long. He got too much chakra and his body is at his limit. So I'm wondering what would happen if he kept on fighting. Like, will his body start decomposing? Like, what's up with that? Because, again, he got the crack on his stomach. So that's showing that it's very vital. The damage has been taken to this body. And then Jigen says to Sasuke, yo, you can escape if you want to, but, you know, that's if you're comfortable with leaving Naruto behind. And this just, like, it shows their bond. And I ain't gonna lie, like, I had posted a poll. I don't know if any of you had seen it over on YouTube and on Twitter. regarding like which pairings you like to see better when they fight together. Goku and Vegeta from Dragon Ball, or Naruto and Sasuke from, of course, this series. And well, not this series in particular, you know, just this franchise in general. And honestly, it just shows, like, seeing them working together, the camaraderie, the caring that they have for one another. When Naruto uses his, you know, clones to make the distraction so that Sasuke can hightail it up out of there so that they could, or at the very least one of them, could live to fight another day. It just makes it that much more tragic, that much more dramatic, and that much more epic of, like, yeah, like, one of them only could escape, and it was by the skin of his teeth. And that's what just built Jigen into being the most credible threat possible. But also, in that regard, I gotta say that, like, I wish this series wasn't called Boruto. I wish this was called simply like Naruto Next Generations, not Boruto Naruto Next Generations, because if he's been amped up that much, I don't care what karma is or how much of an addition it can be to somebody's strength. And, you know, Momoshiki, Boruto being the one that defeated Momoshiki, I don't think Boruto should be anywhere close to that level to be able to take on somebody like Jigen, unless he has a power down, so to speak, kind of like how Kid Buu seemingly was. Well, he was the most crazy of them all, but Super Buu was stronger. Maybe we got something like that once Jigen, or whoever's inside of Jigen body hops, so to speak. But just how would, like, this next generation, there's no chance. If Naruto and Sasuke couldn't do anything against Jigen, what hope does the main character of this series, Boruto, Sarada, or Mitsuki, have of doing anything? You know what I'm saying? So in that regard, it's like, yo, we need Naruto and Sasuke, and at the same time, I ain't mad at it, because who is really that hyped the way we were for this chapter if it was like Boruto and them fighting? Not me. And it's facts of how strong this dude is, because Naruto says, yo, we ain't capable of taking this dude out. So Sasuke uses the jutsu to teleport himself up out of there, falls in front of Sakura, leaving Naruto behind. I want to say that this is probably one of the most dire situations we've had in the entirety of this franchise. Like, Naruto actually stood behind. Whatever would have happened right there, if Jigen would have wanted to kill him, whatever nasty things that could have happened right there, Naruto could have died. And Sasuke only barely escaped. Like, I haven't seen, especially in this series, the threat level, the intensity, the direness of the whole feel of everything hasn't been this high, period. Like, it hasn't been this level. Not only with this series, but you can even go back to many moments in Naruto. Like, now it feels like, oh, okay, there's a threat. Before, it would feel like, well, whatever comes our way, like, okay, maybe the next generation characters might have, you know, a little bit of trouble, but we always got the gods in the wings. What happens when the gods can't even defend? You know what I mean? And once again, playing into that, Naruto just really, I don't know what's up with him, where he starts talking crap and basically antagonizing Jigen to the point where Kurama gotta be like, yo, shut up, fam. If he wants to wipe us out right now, he can. Don't keep pushing his buttons. He said he wasn't looking for us. We wasn't a part of the agenda. Just be quiet. And that's when I'm like, yo, how many times already? Like, that's, I think, the second or third time Kurama's had to lecture Naruto in the past handful of chapters. Like, Naruto's rusty, but I want to see some, and I don't know if it'll be the main cast, you know, the Boruto characters that are going to get power-ups, or Naruto and Sasuke. We need power-ups. Quick, we need something there, some training, a new technique, something there, because there's no hope. And I'm curious what Jigen's plans are, because he mentions to Naruto, oh, your son's coming along nicely, isn't he? Regarding him having the karma mark. So is it that he wants to take Kawaki's body and then take Boruto's karma mark as well by killing, maybe because Boruto has karma, if he has Kawaki's body, kills Boruto, his powers will be that much more grander, because, you know, if you kill a god, so to speak, or, well, Momoshiki is in Boruto, so technically he's holding some type of chakra of a god, would that make him even 10 times stronger, and that's why he's excited? Or is it just the prospects of having another body to jump into, aside from Kawaki's? Like, I'm curious, why is he so interested in Boruto having a karma mark as well? And then we find out that basically Naruto and Sasuke have been fighting Jigen inside of what looks like a giant pot, which I'm curious if that was inspired from what's going on in the anime right now, where we got Shukaku inside of a little pot, a teapot, I think I want to say it was, but it's a giant pot, and then Jigen shrinks him and closes the lid. So basically right now, Naruto is trapped in complete darkness in what felt like a giant world, but he's just in a little pot. That's freaking crazy. But also, he's basically sealed away, essentially. So I'm wondering right now, is this going to lead into a time skip, and Naruto's going to basically be trapped in that teapot? Because remember, we cannot forget when what seemingly was Kawaki, assuming that that's not Jigen inside of Kawaki's body, he said, don't make me send you the way of the Hokage, when he was talking to Boruto very early on, you know, first episode, first chapter of the series. Could it be that Naruto stays stuck in that pot for years, because there's a time skip obviously coming? So this could very well be the last time we see Naruto for a very, very long time. This could be the end of Naruto. This could be his death that's been teased from the beginning. That would be freaking bananas. A lot of people was like, yo, who could kill Naruto? Well, an Otsutsuki that seemingly was the leader. And then Jigen tears up, and this is where things really start to get even more interesting, because he starts talking to himself and starts shitting all over himself. He's like, not literally, like, you know, he doesn't have, like, you know, manure coming out, like, not that. Because he says, what, does your body hurt, Jigen? To shed tears is pathetic. Then he says, you're not worthy of being the vessel for Isshiki Otsutsuki. So, clear as day, whoever this body is, whether it's an artificial body, whether he's the original Kawaki, and I don't mean the exact person, but maybe he was the influence, like, that started all this, the catalyst, or something there for the original Otsutsuki. Or maybe whoever this Jigen guy is could be the one that actually initially killed whoever Isshiki Otsutsuki was. Like, because it's clear as day now that Jigen isn't Jigen, essentially. Like, he's a host, and he's possibly like what Boruto is with Momoshiki right now, basically, where there's Otsutsuki inside of him, but this Otsutsuki possibly took already control of him. That's why he's able to do the horn, and that's why he's imposing all of his will, but the body is still, it's very interesting. Like, is there two people in there, or is it that whoever Isshiki Otsutsuki has already taken complete control of this vessel? Or is it just an artificial vessel? Who created the artificial vessel if that's the case? So many freaking questions. It's like, because he says you're a defective failure, which means that, again, yeah, it's a vessel. He's a body. Jigen could be the person that either killed Isshiki Otsutsuki. Isshiki Otsutsuki possibly was on the verge of death and somehow used, or was able to use a technique to jump inside of Jigen's body. There's so many different possibilities of who the hell this guy is and how the hell he has an Otsutsuki inside of him, since he's not an Otsutsuki himself. Major freaking plot twist. And of course, the end of the chapter, Kawaki's hand falling off, signifying that Naruto's been defeated, and the picture frame of Naruto falling and shattering, which goes again signifying the shattering, not only of course of that, but Kawaki is being shattered, because he finally found the father figure, and then losing that with his hand falling, showing, okay, you know, symbolizing Naruto was defeated. Ultimately, it's going to lead to Kawaki being shattered. And if Naruto stays away, which I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna be kind of salty. Like, if we just stay from here for however many chapters until time skip with Naruto being stuck in there, if you think about it, if Kawaki never finds out what really happened to Naruto, right now he's under the assumption he was defeated, possibly killed. If he doesn't know, he could think this entire time that Naruto's dead. Or if he just finds out that he's stuck in there and he has no way of getting him out of there, either way, Kawaki is going to be very upset. So we could either be leading into the time skip, we could have a time skip coming very soon, because you think about it, if the next chapter, Isshiki Otsutsuki or Jigen or whoever the hell he is at this point, Isshiki Otsutsuki or Jigen shows up, grabs Kawaki, bounces, and then maybe one or two more chapters, then we jump into the big time skip, we could be leading into there. We could be leading into Boruto Shippuden, which once like that happens, this is where the series takes off. This is where everybody jumps on the bandwagon. This is, you know what I'm saying, like, this is going to be freaking huge. Very curious what you guys think. First of all, how do you feel that Naruto and Sasuke took the L at the hands of this guy Jigen from the Kara organization? Did you ever see it coming? Like, the way it was done too, you can't say it was BS. The fact that there's a lot of Otsutsuki heritage behind it, like, who the hell is Jigen? Who is Isshiki Otsutsuki? How did he get in this vessel, so to speak? Is he original Kawaki? Who was the one that created this vessel? Who did the transfer? Or was it that, again, maybe Isshiki Otsutsuki was injured somehow, and this Jigen guy happened to be the one to kill him? He got the power, and then eventually, similar to what Momoshiki's probably planning with Boruto's body, he would manage to take over the whole thing. And do you think we're potentially leading into a time skip now, considering Naruto is now sealed away, and that quote from Kawaki at the very beginning of, I'm gonna send you the way of the Hokage, maybe he thinks he's dead, or even if he's trapped, he's like, well, you know, he gets brainwashed over a couple years, or Jigen takes over. Maybe again, that's Jigen and Kawaki's body at the very beginning of this series. And there's just so many questions. I mean, it's hard to say because Boruto is referring to Kawaki as, no, you're Kawaki. So Boruto would have to be under the impression that that's actually Kawaki and not realize that Jigen already took over. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future of Boruto with chapter 39 and beyond. Honestly, this chapter, clear as daylight. Yo, it was a strong week with manga. One Piece had one of the best chapters of the year, but I gotta say that Boruto was neck and neck there. That fight, the choreography, the shocking revelations of Jigen and who he really is, the techniques, the body hopping, Isshiki Otsutsuki, Naruto basically being sealed away, possibly heading into the big time skip. So many huge things. Boruto manga is on fire again. Naruto fans, I urge you, Go read Boruto, the manga. Anime is a different story. That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld. And as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life, buddy. Have an awesome day. Peace in. Yo, Naruto, what the
Enjoy the next ride, but I was the best ride. But I hope you know that